Rover, you are the new harbinger of the Dark Tide. Leviathan needs a harbinger with enough influence to spread its gospel. You're the laureate of Raguna and the hero of heroes in Septimont. That's more than enough to be its first choice. Your path overlaps with Avidius. The Tidespawn are shaped by the Harbinger's thoughts and memories. Neither the Thundering Mephis nor the Phalian Beringal are native to Rinasita. So...
You once said the Harbinger had to be corrupted by the Dark Tide. But I still don't show any signs of corruption.
I suspect the one corrupted might not be you.
The Dark Tide, huh? I ate some back at the hunting grounds. It tasted kind of funky. It made me super sleepy. Ever since then, I've been having the weirdest nightmares.
Abby does carry the Dark Tide's frequency.
Abby must have absorbed many other frequencies. So while the Dark Tide's frequency lay in wait, it was masked by the others. It makes sense. You two share life and energy. As the primary in this bond, your frequency has been overriding Abby's. Leviathan planned for this.
Rover? Did I do something wrong?
We made a call when it mattered. I asked you to absorb the Dark Tide. We couldn't have known what it would become. You didn't do anything wrong.
I see. Well, I can go hungry, if I have to. But you better not get hurt.
The real threat is Leviathan. If we want to end this for good, we kill it and destroy its paradise.
From what I know, Leviathan manifests its kingdom by flooding Renacida with the Dark Tide. That's how it turns the real world into the journeying paradise. But we've already secured Raguna and Septimont. The Fabricatorium and the hunting grounds are both stabilized. So why is this paradise still there?
Everything you've done has slowed down or maybe even sealed off some of its pathways. That's why Leviathan is resorting to its final plan. This so-called divinity is more devious than humanity realizes. The paradise you saw is not of this world. It stands within the Dark Tide. Matriarch of Physalia, you have guarded this truth for over a century. Now, we need your insight.
I couldn't see the truth until the Threnodians' whispers finally quieted. Only then did those ancient records, once twisted beyond recognition, begin to make sense again. Leviathan was born from the shadows in our hearts, from our longing to connect and belong. It took the shape of a sea creature, because nothing frightens us more than the deep. It used faith to spread a spiritual plague. All the while, it has been feeding on our pains, fear, despair, sorrow. Our ancestors believed Leviathan survived by absorbing these emotions. Little by little, it burrowed into Renacita's collective unconscious. They said the Dark Tide is that subconscious made real, an ocean of shared trauma. That's why they called Leviathan the Master of the Deep.
I heard them. All those voices in the Dark Tide. And before I touched the gate, I felt it. Fear. Sorrow. Like it was pouring out of the people.
The deeper the emotion it stirs, That's what shapes our memories and subconscious. That's why the playwright kept forcing Rinasita into conflict. Every tragedy, every struggle, it wasn't random. It was all to keep feeding Leviathan. The end times are drawing near. The Ragunesi cling to hopes of a blissful afterlife. Septimontians have long believed in another world that begins after death. Leviathan may have drawn from these subconscious beliefs, aligning with those desires to fabricate a false future and afterlife within the dark tide. The illusion of the journeying paradise.
If that's true, once the people's belief in the end times reaches its zenith, their consciousness will align entirely with Leviathan's vision, like Gilberto, and the others who were fully corrupted.
Its power of assimilation will grow stronger, until the line between imagination and reality vanishes. The journeying paradise will descend upon the world just as before. When it does, every soul in Rinasita will be unified under its control. No thoughts, no will, just blind devotion. No different from the Tidespawn. You saw it in the illusion. It cast aside the Sentinel's form and took on Cartetias. That means the first step in her plan is complete. Leviathan is still watching the real world. Because of the mark of the Dark Tide, it can read your thoughts. So for now, we can't share the full plan with you. But you must have sensed it by now. Your connection with Rinasita runs deeper than I, or even you, ever imagined. You're not just the harbinger of despair. You've become a vessel of Rinasita's hope. So go. Gather every last flicker of it. This is a hunt, yes. But it's also more than that. It's a war of spirit. Of light against shadow. Hope against despair. To take Leviathan down, our belief has to be unshakable. If there's doubt in your heart, then stop. A new path won't reveal itself, unless you're ready to walk it. For now, the dark tide in Raguna is under control. And I think I figured out what it plans to do next. Before the bells of Paradise ring, I'll buy you time. When you're ready, head to Septimont. Just like the playwright said, when the moment comes, everything, fiction and reality, past and future, will converge there.
Keep moving! Stay in line and follow instructions. No dawdling. I promise, we will return soon. Well, well. Is that you, Unwritten One? So you did decide to grace us after all. Thought maybe you'd forgotten about us. Did you come straight from Raguna?
I did. Has it begun here too? I see you're starting evacuations.
An unannounced high tide. But that term doesn't even begin to cover it. No signs, no patterns. The dark tide's spawn are surfacing at random, even outside the city of Septimont. It doesn't make sense. The Earthrend Wedge is still holding back the dark tide at its depths. At any rate, Augusta's already led a team to the Sanguis Plateaus to investigate. As for me, I'm helping out here. Someone has to stop the panic from turning into a stampede.
It's not just Septimont. Raguna has been hit too.
I see. Raguna too. And Ovidius. He never bent the knee, never played by the rules. Why is it that fate always strikes hardest at those who dare to defy it? It's not just me. No priestess can see Septimon's auguries anymore. In our visions, it's all gone. Just blank. The last prophecy ended with, the dark tide will erupt and engulf all of Septimont. After that, nothing. And with this abnormal dark tide behavior, people are starting to fear the end is upon us. Nice thought. If only more people shared your hope. But in the face of something this vast and unknown, fear is only human. We can't blame them for trembling. The dark tide has been spotted at the Three Heroes' crest. Bad. It's the highest point in the Sanguis Plateaus, well beyond the Blight Cloud's reach. The dark tide has never touched it before. They call it the Three Heroes' crest for the three heroes of heroes who once stood there. Many believe their blessing has kept it one of the few sacred places the dark tide cannot reach. If even that place isn't safe, we need to see it with our own eyes. But Septimont still needs us too.
Worry not, Honored One. The Senate will oversee the evacuation. Please, go assist the Ethel. We may lack your strength, but we will not stand idle. We will do everything we can to hold the line.
We were born in Septimont. Resistance runs in our blood, and we were raised beneath the shining legacy of heroes. You think we'll sit back and let ruin claim us?
We're counting on you, Honored One.
I hate to admit it, but the current Senate's grown a backbone. Cowards wouldn't last long working under Augusta anyway. Come on, Rover. Let's find her.
Look! It's Rover! The Honorable One!
My fellow warrior, you came! Feels like just yesterday we were fighting side by side in the Colosseum. And now look at you! Hero of heroes and all. Didn't see that coming.
Rover, your arrival is appreciated.
Oh, let me introduce you. Augusta, this is...
You know. We know each other. Recover.
Never mind that. Didn't I say before, never underestimate my charm?
It is strange. From the moment we met, it felt like we were cut from the same cloth. Like we'd known each other before. She might seem unmoored, but when the storm hits, she holds fast.
All right then, Augusta. What's the situation?
Theoretically, the dark tide flows here from the Blight Cloud above the plateaus. High tides have always followed its movements. But this time, nothing. No Blight Cloud anomalies. No frequency fluctuations near the Three Heroes' crest. We always knew the Earthrend Wedge was a stopgap as we continued to search for a permanent solution. But this eruption without warning defies everything we thought we understood. We repelled the first wave and set up an anti-corrosion ward using anchor obelisks. Have you discovered anything?
What? But I thought the Sovereign's death would sever the root cause of the Paradise's descent. But Leviathan's rebirth? This is a whole new thread of fate.
The Fraxidos. Always scheming in shadow. Its wicked ambitions know no end.
Your Excellency, another outbreak. Tide spawn heading straight for the camp.
Leviathan won't spare us any time to breathe. It's been too long since we stood shoulder to shoulder in battle. Warriors! The battle horns sound once again! Let those who defy Septimont tremble at our fury and fall before our valor!
More tide spawn at the southwest base point!
Ugh, trying to wear us down one flank at a time, huh?
They're closing in on the obelisks on our side.
Wait. Something's off. They're striking at weak spots in the formation. Since when did they fight with strategy?
Leviathan. It's directing them. It saw we were spread too thin, and scattered their assault on purpose.
The north flank! Hold the obelisks at all costs!
If I release this attack, the whole obelisk array may fall. It's testing me, seeing if I'll trade lives for victory.
So, this is where we're needed, right? Time to help reclaim those obelisks. The north flank's ours. Let's give them a grand show!
The Montellis greet you. We will secure this south.
The poison Leviathan leaves behind, allow the Thessalians to cleanse it.
Phew! Made it this time! I've got this side covered. By the name of Imperator, we'll protect the obelisks here!
Let's deal with the mess first. Plenty of time to catch up after.
One obelisk remains on the northeast.
I'll take that one.
You have my thanks, heroes from afar. May your names be etched in eternity. This battle is not over yet. Let's end this together!
What is that in the center? An opening. Something inside is sending them frequencies to recover. The tide spawn is still hiding in there, ready to strike again. Damn it! There's no end to this.
We won't last much longer at this rate.
The entrance is open. Now's the time.
What are you doing?
What I always planned to do. Hunt the Trenodian. The moment I jump into the Dark Tide, the Tide Spawn will retreat to defend. That's when you seal the anti-corrosion ward. Trap them in one stroke.
Jump into the Dark Tide! Are you out of your minds?
More precisely, into the Journeying Paradise. The suffocating despair you see. It's a gateway, and Leviathan's sanctuary.
You're saying Leviathan built the Paradise inside the Dark Tide?
That grand city you glimpsed within it, it wasn't a hallucination. It was real. Paradise's first form. Everything it plotted fell apart. With no other choice, it began spreading the gospel of its paradise by force. And that gives us a chance to kill it. Right now, it's trying to break the Earthrend Wedge's seal and drown all of Rinasita in the Dark Tide. But that's not its true goal. It feeds on our terror, on despairing frequencies. That's what fuels its rebirth and its paradise. We must strike at the root, kill Leviathan, tear down the paradise it's built. If not, it will descend upon Rinasita, just as it did here, at the Three Heroes' Crest.
The paradise won't fall unless we can reach it. How exactly do we do that?
The living can only enter the Journeying Paradise once they've been corrupted by the Dark Tide. Even then, one of you must go in first to open the way for the rest. Inside, there's a spatial anomaly. Whoever goes first must use the Sentinel's power to break through it, then find a waystone to create a connection for the others to follow. Augusta, you buried the waystone yourself, but it's been corrupted. Only the Sentinel's power can purify it. Take it. Leviathan's eye is still on this place, so I'll say no more. I trust you'll understand what's left unsaid. Once I'm inside, I'll draw its attention. That'll buy you enough time to prepare. Good. All locked and loaded. Now, if you'll excuse me, someone's got to teach the Dark Tide some manners.
Huh? No! Hold on now!
And you, Rover. If your resolve is true, be ready. When the time comes, I'll guide you to paradise. See you all in hell.
Retreating to the center. They're all inside the ward's perimeter. Augusta!
Now activate the anchor obelisks!
We did it. But what good is that? She just rattles on, doesn't even check if anyone's really listening, and then dives headfirst into the Dark Tide.
The Journeying Paradise lies within the Dark Tide. I do not think she was lying. That grand city she spoke of, I saw it myself. Rover, we've set up camp near the Three Heroes' Crest to keep watch. Let's head back and rest for now. There must be a way forward. Once we're back, we'll gather all of Raguna's heroes and plan our next move together. The nature of the Dark Tide and Leviathan. Huh. I see where we are now.
Rover, you're here.
Regarding that, I think it's best you hear from them directly.
Yo! Loud and clear, Rover? So, all available bloom bearers have arrived in Renesita. We're standing guard at Aberrado Vault, and Booling is already en route to reinforce Septimont. When the Threnodian blindsided us in Jinzhou, we ate some dust. But this time, the Black Shores will show the world who we really are. We've already synced intel with Raguna, and time's short, so I'll make this a quickie. We've drawn some key conclusions about the Threnodian in Renesita. The Threnodian is a shadow of civilization, formless and immortal. According to Imperator's judgment, they can't be erased entirely, only shackled. But the one you're about to face is different. The Fraxidus used the Threnodian's gem to resurrect him, and that created a crack in the shell. Tethys believes that with Imperator's power, he might be able to split the gem from the Threnodian and stop Leviathan from fully reviving. If you can extract the gem, Tethys can tap into a Sonoro's infinite expansion to lock that thing down for good. One more thing. Back in Jinzhou, Abby proved capable of absorbing the Threnodian's frequencies. This means, in theory, it could act as a temporary host for the gem. But know this, the Threnodian Leviathan is rooted deeply in the minds and souls of Renesita's people. Only they can truly face it. At Raguna's request, we've teleported some of our strongest resonators to reinforce the front lines at Three Heroes Crest. So, leave the civilians to us. We'll keep them safe. As for combat power, I called in some insurance. Never hurts to play it safe. Don't worry, we...
Feed my blossoms, self-deceivers!
So you don't have
Unleash the fans.
In any case, you just focus on driving your blade straight into Leviathan's heart. We'll be Renesita's last line of defense. And we'll be right here, waiting for your safe return.
If not for the Black Shore's aid, we would not have arrived so swiftly, or with such peace of mind. This disaster has swept across all of Renesita. We Raganese won't cower behind Septimont's walls, nor will we sit idle while the Dark Tide ravages your lands. Septimont has long stood as the vanguard against the Tide Spawn. This is your battleground. We'll follow your lead, Your Excellency. Just say the word.
Thank you for your trust. Though Septimont and Raguna have drifted apart over the years, in the face of such calamity, we stand together as one for Renesita. There is no need for formality between us. Leviathan is the source of this chaos. If the Black Shore's plan can truly seal it away, then perhaps the storm it unleashed may yet be stilled.
That Discord Slayer spoke of a connection between the Wastestones. She must have meant the Anchor Stone's ability to resonate and link with another. If there's another Anchor Stone inside the Dark Tide, that connection could open up a path for us.
When the Dark Tide swallowed me, I did leave an Anchor Stone behind, but... how did you know that?
Not important right now. The real issue is that the anchor has been heavily corroded. To reactivate it, we'll need to purify it using the Sentinel's power.
Even if we take another Anchor Stone with us, its power alone won't be enough to pierce the spatial anomaly inside the Dark Tide and open up a path.
You'll need this.
I know how to resist the Dark Tide's corruption.
The Physalia family potion grants resistance, and I've endured its whispers for long enough. I know its tactics. Let me face this.
We don't even know where this Anchor Stone is. Finding it may take time, and your potion might wear off before you reach it. But I still carry the Sentinel's power. I can hold out longer than anyone. I have to be the one.
This relic holds all that Primus once felt. His fury, sorrow, obsession, and resolve. I see that same resolve in you. Take it.
I'll go first. I'll enter the Dark Tide, activate the Anchor Stone's connections, and hold the path open for the rest of you.
Meanwhile, we'll hold the line at the Three Heroes Crest. The Tidespawn aren't the only threat. The Fraxtus might still have their hand to play.
Once the anchors are active, we'll take the potions and follow.
Renacita will not falter just because a few of its leaders are gone. Its people will rise. We'll meet again in the Paradise and end this together. Leviathan will fall.
Rover, we all understand the burden you carry. We are grateful. We'll continue to monitor the Dark Tide. When the moment comes, we'll move. Until then, prepare and rest.
You're here. Harbinger of the Dark Tide.
Who are you? How do you know about this?
Choyan. The capital sent me to retrieve a fugitive and gather intel on the Thenodian's resonator. I came searching for Raguna's Blessed Maiden. Instead, I found the Primus. He was tied to the Threnodian, knew the truths of it all. But the dark tide silenced him. In his final moments, he passed this lantern to me. Said it was meant for you.
So... he's...
His ambitions and his crimes were buried in blood. But he paid the price. Gave his life to drive back the dark tide beneath Raguna's seas. That's how the relic reached your hands. Think no more on it. Think only of what's ahead. Death is a cheap way to pay for transgressions. He knew it wouldn't be enough. Listen. Every harbinger of the dark tide, Fenrico, Mia, the rest, they all met the same end. Death.
I accepted this long ago.
You've already been touched by the dark tide. Even the Sentinel's power cannot reverse it.
That's why we're not arguing over who goes in first. Anyone else would just suffer longer.
You've been resisting the Threnodians' corruption this whole time. Suppressing your resonance ability so Tidespawn wouldn't surface. Everything you said was just to hide the truth. Deliberately. You're prepared to walk into death alone.
You traveled so far just to honor a dying stranger's final wish. I'll ask for just one more. For me. Please.
The dark tide rejects outsiders of Renacita. But you're different. I'll do what I can. I'll hold the line here. You do what must be done. When you're truly prepared to die, death doesn't come so easily.
I never act with sacrifice as a given. Not even my own.
One last thing. The magistrate of Jinzhou asked me to send her regards. The people you helped, they're still waiting for your return. Farewell.
There's actually a whole other world inside the dark tide. It kind of feels holy somehow. Huh? Feels a bit like chaos, but colder and creepier. Like something's whispering to me. Anyway, let's focus. Like Yuno said, if we do what we did back in the chaos, we can anchor to Galbrena and find her, right? Let me remember. Something about anchoring to the memories, feelings, and connections in the chaos. The problem is... yeah! Galbrena's always like... she's there, and then whoosh, she's gone. Doesn't really say much either.
In life, chaos. In death, silence. A stillness veils the teeming multitudes. Glory is washed clean in suffering's tide. The hesitant shall not return. The timid shall not pass. Tell me, little lamb, whence do you come? And where does your path lead?
It's that creepy guy again.
Little lamb, your hostility pains me. I came to aid you. You wish to anchor to her. A simple task. Surely you've heard. The dark tide preserves memory. Her past is scattered through its depths, tangled in the currents like fractured glass.
Then we'll just go find them ourselves.
The dark tide mirrors the chaos of the human mind. Shifting, twisting. A fleeting thought, and the path ahead may vanish beneath your feet. Leviathan lurks in the depths of this world, building its kingdom, bending this place into its image. This place is molded by the journeying paradise's frequency. A vision of perfection, unmarred by flaw. But behold, the dark tide's true face. A world of hatred, fear, and despair. The world your kind calls hell. Leviathan merged paradise and hell with its power of assimilation, cloaking rot in radiance. Yet the mask is flawed. The paradise is incomplete. These twin worlds bleed into one another to create spatial anomalies. Countless souls caught between light and shadow, adrift without rudder or self. Lured by false hope, they stumble into its waiting arms. Not yet. Save its light. I will guide you. Walk with me through this wasteland. If you wish to see her, then walk her path. Endure what she endured. You will hear despair's screams. See the dead beg for death. Watch souls willingly burn in cleansing fire. What is? Are you afraid? We share an enemy. We need you. Her plan is bold, but an unwanted frequency has mingled into the dark tide. I know not who it is. This path will prove less smooth than she hoped. But for now, you have no choice, do you? Come, little lamb. Open your eyes, sharpen your claws. It's time we journey into the underworld.
You came.
Hope I'm not too late?
Not too late, not too early. Right on time. One side each. One last thing.
You didn't have to go so far, Discord Slayer. Take what's left of me. This flicker of a soul won't last much longer anyway.
Just hang in there. I'll find a way to save your frequency.
You don't have to carry it all yourself. Sometimes it's okay to lean on someone else.
Thank you.
Human frequencies dull the pain of absorption. Why not let them serve a purpose? Burn them before they turn.
I did it because I wanted to. Not everything needs a reason. That power you used, was it the Sentinel's power of separation? And that incredible little one. No wonder Cartetia had the nerve to propose such a mad plan. Even here, the Paradise's frequency isn't stable, which means Leviathan hasn't completely seized control. So, looks like part one of the plan worked.
You bear the Dark Tide's power, but you are no Harbinger.
Good. We can avoid a lengthy explanation. If you're looking for the Harbinger too, you must have seen it. The apocalypse Leviathan will bring forth. It was meant to remain restrained by the Sentinel, but I feel it stirring again. I followed its frequency, and found you.
Most of Leviathan's power resides in me, but a fragment escaped. I've been tracking the one who carries that power.
That gem was cast into the Dark Tide. If this is where things are at, that leads to only one conclusion. Leviathan is about to resurrect. Freed from the Sentinel's hold, it's returned to its primal state in the Dark Tide, like water returning to the sea. We must trap its frequency before we can destroy it.
Or we can use me. Leviathan's instinct will draw it to reclaim what was once part of itself. The godhood inside me.
But that godhood has fused with your humanity. Their frequencies are nearly identical now.
That's exactly how we trap it. When Leviathan awakens, it won't distinguish. It will devour all frequencies blindly. If I offer my humanity, I'll become an anchor. Give form to formlessness, and trap its frequency in one place. And if it's now hiding in the Dark Tide, I know you have a way of sending my humanity into it, right?
And I suppose you know the cost.
I do. But I have faith in those who strive to protect this land. In him. And in you. The Dark Tide can't read either one of our minds. Only we can do this. Discord Slayer, let me be your first bullet. Fire me into Leviathan's heart.
When the time comes, I'll kill you in front of them. To convince Leviathan of your necessary death.
Then I shall leave the rest to you. Thank you for choosing to be misunderstood, hated, and for putting your life at risk. Thank you for your resolve, Discord Slayer.
With the Sentinel Sword of Divinity, we split her godhood from her humanity, leaving the divine within her. Then, I fired a Dark Tide bullet to consume her frequency and send her humanity into the Dark Tide. Leviathan can't truly distinguish the signals it receives. It's blinded by what people believe. By tricking the one closest to the Blessed Maiden into accepting her death, we lowered its guard. Now that Cartetia has trapped its frequency, all that's left is to gather strength, reach the Paradise, and finish Leviathan. Even I'm not arrogant enough to think I can take the Trenodian by myself. No apocalypse is ever stopped by a lone hero. It's always a difficult struggle, fought by countless lives. In this hunt, my part is to clear the way while the others prepare, set the aim, and fire the first shot. Maybe I'm gambling. People freeze up facing the end. Fear takes hold. Even those brave enough don't always get that blessing of fate. But if there's even the slightest chance to stop a disaster, I'll take it. Even if I stand alone. All I need to know is that when I drained the last drop from my glass, I had the guts to pull the trigger. Worst case, I stay trapped in the dark tide, holding Leviathan back a little longer. That's the price I'll pay. But I think I bet on the right people.
Some of us might use the word trust.
I can sense Augusta's anchorstone. It lies beyond this well in the deeper realm of the dark tide. But the deeper we go, the stronger Leviathan's mental interference will be. Here, wear this. This cassette tape is a rare find from Lohai Roy. It preserves your most innate frequency. Perfect for what's ahead. I don't know how it works, but it's a good time for music, wouldn't you say?
Does the song have a name?
They're usually named after the one who recorded them.
So, your real name is...
I'll tell you when this is all over. Call it a promise. A promise that we both make it back in one piece. If you're ready, let's go. There. Do you see it? At the edge of this underworld. That's the journeying paradise.
Through me, walk the path of glorious ascension. Through me, enter the city of eternal bliss.
No matter how Leviathan dresses it up, it can't hide the truth. It's a liar, twisting souls and selling a paradise of lies.
This lake, it's not quite like how I remembered it.
The Styx Lake, a place where all souls meet. Some call it by another name, Main's Deep. Leviathan reshaped it through the dark tide, turning it into a furnace where souls are melted down and reforged.
A crude imitation of the Sentinel's way of giving form to remnant creatures. But Leviathan takes the souls devoured by the dark tide and forges them into its obedient kindreds. Nostalgic? No. What I carry is rage. A rage for vengeance.
This is where Chimera was born.
Do you mean me or us? Born from the fury that courses through the earth, rage cast my spine, and slaughter forged my chest. I've torn through countless souls, rained fire on fields, slept to the wails of 1,000 dying cries. They remember me as Nemean, the name of the land I reduced to ruins. A name forever seared into their hearts with terror. But Leviathan, its treachery dragged me into the dark tide. It twisted my frequency and forced me into an abominable union with the frail goat and pathetic serpent. We were merged into one. Since then, our frequencies gnaw and rend at one another, torment without end. The agony wrought by its will, I shall repay tenfold, carving bone, feasting on marrow, until nothing remains.
These human frequencies, they're trapped in the Dark Tide's corruption, still clinging to their last shreds of will. Leviathan can do nothing but trap them here and torture them with the pain it's harvested. That alone is reason enough to slay it.
We in Leviathan, we set them free.
Exactly. Look, the anchor stone Augusta placed is just across the lake. No. The waters are dark with corruption. Trying to cross would only rouse the Dark Tide.
Wretched souls, abandon all yearning for the light of paradise. I come not to save, but to ferry thee to the far shore, into the underworld of hell, into frost and flame. As for you, the living have no place upon this river. Turn back. Seek another crossing. Leave this place, and be not consorts of the dead. A vessel for the dead bears not the weight of the living. If you would cross, cast off the riches and honors of your former days.
The old stories say Charon favors gold and jewels. If the living seek passage, they must offer a fortune deemed worthy.
The accursed shore awaits all who fear not divinity. If your heart harbors unfinished desires, and you fear not death, then come, step aboard. We have arrived.